Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the traffic speed limit and road closure hearings panel. Morena. Yeah. Thank you all for coming along today. We are still just waiting on Jeff at the moment, but we'll kick off anyway in the meantime. So if I could have a mover for...
I'll move the apologies, Chair, for Councillor Nerda Roth and Councillor Joe.
Yep.
And apologies for lateness for Councillor Taylor.
Awesome. Yep. Excellent. Thank you, Ewan. Do we have a seconder? Aye. Maxine? Yep. All those in favour say aye. Aye. Ayes have it. I've adopted your approach, Ewan. Yeah, it does. Yeah. Confirmation of agenda. Can I move? Yep. And Anna Casey Cox to second. Thanks, Councillor Anna. All those in favour say aye. Aye. Ayes have it. No declarations of interest unless anyone got any specifically.
I have to be gone by just after 11, Chair.
Okay.
Hopefully we're setting a fast pace today.
Yeah. We're going pretty good at the moment. Item 4.
That's my interest. I'll become less interested after that.
Item 4 is just confirmation of the minutes from the last meeting on 22nd of November.
I'll move.
Thank you, Ewan. Second by Anna or Louise. Would you like to get on the board?
I was going to say I abstained because I wasn't there.
Yeah, you can't abstain, remember. You can, yeah.
Was I there?
Yeah.
You're always there.
Yeah. Okay, Maxine. Yep, Maxine. Thanks, Maxine. All those in favour say aye. Aye. Ayes have it. Excellent. Item 5, parking restrictions and traffic bylaw. If we could call Robin to the... Good morning, Robin.
Good morning, everyone. So just a quick overview for elected members. The parking restrictions and traffic bylaw changes is a regular report that we bring to this committee. Basically what that does is enables us to legally put in place changes that restrict what traffic can do within the road reserve. So that may be whether they're able to do left or right hand turns, whether they're able to park there, or sometimes whether specific groups of people can use it, so it might be a bus stop or mobility car park or something like that, and includes cycling facilities and that sort of thing as well. So as I said, we gather together these, bring to you on a regular basis. They're identified by members of the public. It may be requests where they're having issues outside their properties. It may be some of the stakeholder working groups that we work with, including CCS Disability. Or it's associated with various projects and capital improvements that we're doing out on the network. And with that, I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thanks, Robin, and thank you for your report. Before I ask my question, does anyone from the floor wish to...
Chair, I'm happy to move
okay.
the report.
Oh, cool. Awesome. Thank you, Ewan. I don't mind seconding it. Yep. I'm pretty... Yep.
Just with regard to the Victoria Street removal of the mobility car park, Robin, I wonder if you can just give us a bit more detail about that and what might be used in its place.
Yep.
Thank you.
So basically what that was a temporary relocation of an existing mobility car park. So just south of Garden Place, outside what used to be Ronnie's Cafe, there was a mobility car park there, still is. When they demolished that building, as part of their temporary traffic management, they had to close that area off and it wasn't available for use. So what we did was we created a temporary new one on the northern side of Garden Place. Normally when it comes to other parking, so if it was just general parking, what we do is charge the development for the loss of income for it. When it comes to mobility car parks, we actually get them to put in a temporary alternate to make that legally enforceable. we take it through here and get that put in place so that the parking enforcement team can make sure it works well. So that development's now finished. The original mobility car park's back in operational again, and we're just reverting that temporary one back to its original status.
And so we have now the same number of mobility car parks
Yes.
in or around the area as we always did.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Robin. That's perfect. Thank you, Chair.
Thanks, councillor Maxine. Louise, you didn't? Oh, okay. All right. No other questions? I just have one question around Bryce Street. Help me understand our thinking there around, or the thinking. I understand that's the section where it's cordoned off at the moment, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I know I've written down why, but I haven't written down any other notes. So it must have been when I was reading it, thinking, kind of doesn't make. Just help me understand.
Yeah. So I guess a little bit of history for that section. So the section of Bryce Street between Seddon Road and Tristram Street, which is off the end of Seddon Park, Cricket Park. That area has had settlement. It seems to be more downwards rather than an outwards towards a rail crossing, thank goodness, and we'll touch wood that carries on that way. And the early investigations are that there was many years ago a dump site, and we're talking about 1940s type thing, dump site there.
Yep.
Then they built in effect a concrete bridge pavement over top of it. As things have changed, and I guess that material's breaking down in various bits and pieces, it's settled and that concrete thing has broken, the bridge. It seems to go through phases of basically being, doing nothing, and then it'll have a little bit more settlement. And so late last year, we noticed more settlement. The cracks were opening up a bit. We closed the road so that we kept it safe, and we've been doing some investigations. The big thing, and we're working to get that open soon, but what we're wanting to do is just remove any additional weight on there. So the idea is to open the road but not have any parking occur in there. We'll be bringing a report to the Infrastructure and Transport Committee later this year, looking at what the long term is for that particular piece of land, that section of road. Back in about 2017-18, there was a proposal by Northern Districts to put some facilities in at that end of Seddon Park, and there's a resolution sitting on the books that basically is to stop, and that's a legal process, that piece of road. That's probably, nothing's ever happened on that. So the resolution was to stop the road, but at no cost to council. So it was very much with Northern Districts to progress. Nothing's really happened there. We need to look at what the long term is for that and how that works with other intersections, how that affects the network. So that'll be the report that we come back with later. For today, we're just asking that we remove the parking in there so that we're not putting any extra loading on that material in the meantime.
Okay, well that's good, and that's a great explanation. Thank you for that. I look forward to seeing the results of the further investigation, because while it's not an essential piece of road, it's still quite a key piece of roading though for us, isn't it? In terms of you've got some emergency services in that area and whatnot. So
yes, and when that's closed, we're pushing more traffic past Girls High
Yeah.
and Ward Street, which is, obviously has some times where it gets extremely busy as well. So.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I know that my morning commute takes me down that route, so I'd quite like to see it open again. And if you wanted to resurface it with really smooth concrete so it's better for skateboarding on, that'd be awesome.
Duly
Thanks.
noted.
Yeah. And I don't see any other questions from the Ford. So with that, who was was it Ewan and Louise? So Ewan, do you want to speak to it? Louise, no. All good. Okay. All those in favour, say aye. Aye. Ayes have it. Carried. Item 6 is welcome back to the floor, Robin.
Thank you. So speed limit changes are
Yep.
similar to the parking and traffic bylaw. This is a regular report that we bring up to elected members. So Hamilton City has adopted a speed management plan. 2022 there was a land transport rule change for speed limit setting. It required local authorities to have speed management plans, which set out what speed limit changes they were going to do, along with supporting infrastructure, education and that sort of thing. So speed management in the greatest sense. Hamilton City had already worked through previously, back in 2018, and it already had a speed management plan in place. So that process was reasonably simple, just to do some updates and some tweaks. So that basically sets out what our aims are to do for speed management. We progressively work through implementing that. That's generally associated with other minor improvements and signage changes and that sort of thing. So there is a cost to do them. And allows us to respond in some cases to requests for changes. In this case, River Oaks Place, which is about 40 or 50 metres probably at the most, just off a river road, was one that we received, and it's a very simple one. It really is just sticking a sign up, and that's the work involved. So this is, as I said, an ongoing piece of work that we do as we gradually implement those speed limit changes. And this will form the basis, that speed management plan, for a piece of work that again legislation requires, which is the development of a regional speed management plan as we move forward into the next long-term plan process. But happy to answer any questions on the specifics.
Right. I don't see any questions from the floor, so just need anyone happy to move it? Okay. Anna's hand was up first. Angela, you can be seconder and get you on the run sheet. In terms of questions, well, firstly, can I commend you on the report? I thought it was really very well put together. There's some excellent pieces in there. Was there any consideration given to? I know that we'd go from a 50 to 30. With 50 being the new mandate for any new roads built. That's the speed limit that goes in, right?
Hamilton's defined as an urban traffic area, so any new road automatically defaults to 50.
Yeah, I read that in the report. Yep.
Yes. What we do through their speed management plan and district plan is, if it's a residential street, then we've already indicated that 40 is the speed limit that we want it designed to, and we take that through the process. But yes, automatically becomes 50 when it comes into existence. Yep.
Oh, I understand that. Was there, because there quite a number of the streets that we've dedicated to a speed change, and the River Oaks one, take that by the by, that's kind of a minor residential one, as you say, 45 metres. The university one on Hillcrest Road, in terms of customer engagement, if we can call it that, was it an overwhelmingly positive response to the upcoming change, or is it?
So that length is basically only the university section, so it's between the two roundabouts.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
right.
university either side. This was in response to them requesting it.
Yep.
And supports the opening of the PAR development that they've got ongoing at the moment. So yes, in that case, the answer is yes. Overwhelming support.
Yeah, I thought it would be. Okay, all right. No, those were the only kind of notes that I'd made that I just wanted to raise. Right. Moved and seconded. Yes. I'd like to provide you with the opportunity to go into debate.
Thank you, Chair.
Yep.
Look, I just want to say, and I know there's no media in the room, but I'm going to say it anyway. You know, this is really great work, and I don't know if Vision Zero is attainable, because you can't manage stupid, and we can't manage people behaving badly in a motor vehicle. We can't.
My ex-wife did a pretty
we can't do that. That's a saying, you can't manage stupid. It's not something I'm saying. But people just need to slow down,
Yeah.
right? And Hamilton is a beautiful city. Enjoy it. Take your time, slow down. When it says 30, do 30. There's a reason it's 30. There's a reason it's 40. There's a reason it's 50. And soft, fleshy human beings are no competition for a ton of metal. Neither is somebody on a bike. So, media, if you're listening,
Yeah.
there are reasons we're doing this. And I think just we live in a beautiful city. Slow down and enjoy the ride is what I'd say.
Yep, no,
Thank you, Chair.
Yeah, you're welcome, and well said. And did anyone else want to say anything before I chime in? No? Seeing as it's my gig. Again, backing up what Councillor Angela said, what Deputy Mayor Angela said, the really good report. The piece that I found quite most interesting, to a degree, and I think should be shared in public, is the bit around the impact of speed on people. That was an eye-opener for me, or a reminder again, and I've been in a car that's hit a person, and I know what that, and I will never ever forget what that feeling and that sound is like. And I think that something like this, as part of our driver education piece, should be administered right from the age when kids start driving, because it's not a nice feeling. So, well done on your report. I think it was really good, really well done. And it is, Vision Zero is somewhat of an aspirational goal, but you know, if you shoot for the stars and land on the moon, as they say, then you'll end up, with a pretty good outcome. So that's the end of the cliches for the day. Right, we voted? Well, we need to vote. Okay. All those in favour say aye, or raise your hands. Aye. Against? No. Ayes have it. Well done, everyone. That's meeting over. Thank you. Yeah.
Can the next infrastructure meeting be that?
Oh, it's going to be juicy tomorrow.